So this is all happening fairly quickly, but just over an hour ago, Tatsuya Kitani released the official music video for his song Rapport. Now we know that this song has been used in all of the promotional material for the Bleach art exhibition. We know that in 2021, Bleach is celebrating its 20th anniversary, and to commemorate this occasion, they're going to be holding an art exhibition in Tokyo from the 18th of December to the 16th of January 2022. Now if you recall back to August, the instrumental version of Kitani's song was used to promote the art exhibition, but now we have the full song released with a music video accompanying it. Now what has fascinated me about the music video released by Kitani is that it has so much Bleach imagery, and it is obvious that Kitani is a huge fan of Bleach. So even in this article here posted by Crunchyroll, here are some words by Kitani himself, who admits that he is a huge Bleach fan. He speaks about something that cannot be seen but can be felt, something that is created when you interact with others, and it is something that can never be created if there is only one person in the world. Kitani goes on to say that Bleach was a work that had carefully depicted to him what it meant to have a heart, and through his song he has reinterpreted what he has learnt about the heart from Bleach, as he states that the heart is a word that refers to the relationship of trust. It is something like a bridge that connects people to each other, as he was able to make music about a precious other who appeared before an isolated person. And when he says this, I think about Ulquiorra being the isolated person, and his precious other being Orihime, who had taught him about the heart. I know in the Western community, a lot of people thought that Kubo was trolling when he had released this entire page with only the words the heart written on them, but clearly it's left an impact on a lot of people, and one of them being Tatsuya Kitani. Whether if this is Orihime feeling isolated in Hueco Mundo, as she thinks of her friends, and she speaks about the idea of multiple hearts beating as one, and she doesn't want her friends to come to Hueco Mundo to rescue her, but then she thinks that if any of her friends had been imprisoned, then she too would risk her life in order to protect or save them. And this is exactly what Ichigo and the others did to rescue Rukia back in the Soul Society arc. And of course it leads Orihime to think about how multiple hearts who care for each other can beat as one. And it is the building of this concept of the heart which ultimately leads to Orihime teaching Ulquiorra what it means to have a heart. This is exactly what Kitani is talking about here. So we can see the article continues with promoting Kitani's work in the Bleach art exhibition, some key visuals for the art exhibition. Now what I want to do in this video is to react to the music video of Kitani's song Rapport, and talk about all of the Bleach imagery and references that he has in this music video. So just to preface, with this video there is a lot of references to Las Noches, and it appears that the setting is based within Hueco Mundo. And like the comment that we have read about, Kitani incorporates a lot of this idea of the heart into this music video, as there is so much imagery of Orihime and Ulquiorra appearing to reach out to each other, or Ulquiorra's hollow hole appearing, or imagery of the heart being shown to us. So for copyright reasons, I'm going to be muting the song, but if you want to check it out in its entirety, I'll link the song in my description. So yeah, let's go through this music video and try and see all of the Bleach references that we can pick up upon. Now the first image here that we see is clearly in reference to the Palace of Las Noches. Now a lot of people said that this black figure that's going to be appearing throughout the entirety of this video, it could either be Ulquiorra or Ichigo. If you remember the story of Ulquiorra from my Ulquiorra character analysis video, then you'll know through the story of Ulquiorra that he had fallen into despair, which is symbolized by these like nettle-like thorns. And through Ulquiorra's origin story, which is referenced in the Bleach data book Unmasked, we know about how he had felt loneliness, and how this has led to him developing a apathetic nature. So this is probably symbolizing him sinking into the lonesome, deeper depths of Hueco Mundo. Yeah, and then the video opens up and it straight away starts off with, as you can see, the light shining down onto Aizen's throne. So again, I'm not going to be 100% on all of the references or on all of the imagery that occurs, but any blatant Bleach imagery, I'll point it out to you. So again, we have the black figure standing above, which appears to be somebody laying down. So here we have somebody reaching out to a square with a circle in it, which is obviously in reference to the Hokyoku. So this entire, circular imagery, you see a lot of it in the Bleach openings, like Bleach opening 7 or Bleach opening 6. A lot of the openings that take place during the Hueco Mundo arc. Again, there's so much reaching out in this video. Typical of anime openings, the reaching out here is obviously Orihime and Ulquiorra reaching out to each other in that final moment where Ulquiorra understands what the heart is. So there's another character within this song, and this character is obviously meant to be in reference to Orihime. So you can see that this individual is trapped within this building and she's looking out. Similar to how Orihime was imprisoned within Las Noches. So what's interesting is how these 10 lines appear, and it reminds me of the appearance of the Espada. 10 lines here in reference to the 10 Espada and how they are sat on their tables. If you remember Bleach opening 7, I think there's a similar scene where they're sat in a row and it's, in a similar position to those lines. Again, more reaching out. You could probably say that I'm reaching when it comes to the interpreting of this music video. I mean, there are some blatant references to Bleach in this video. I love that Kitani's taking the time to create this. He's clearly a huge fan. And there's so much references to circular imagery within this video. I mean, it could be in reference to the Hokyoku or Ulquiorra's hollow hole. Okay, so you've got Orihime obviously stood here. This individual could either be Ichigo or Ulquiorra, to be honest. Two people trying to connect to each other. And there you go. How more blatant do you want it to be? The heart. This character, of course, the black figure wants white. The change from the white to the black symbolizes the darkening of the heart or feeling lonesome. Again, the more that I'm watching this video and after reading Kitani's words, this character or this individual probably is Ulquiorra. There you go, that's the Hokyoku. And there we have Aizen's throne. And then in the back you've got constantly this, abstract imagery moving around, and you can see hands forming and reaching out. Again, more reaching out. So does this appear to be the woman in the video? So Orihime reaching out to the dark figure, which is Ulquiorra. It's got Ulquiorra looking pretty sad and bummed out. And then you've clearly got Orihime here. So she's obviously waiting in Las Noches. So I love this imagery here. So you've got a Garganta opening, which is obviously the portal that the Arrancars use to travel from Hueco to the various other realms, be it the Soul Society or the human world. And we constantly see it during the Arrancar invasion arc, where Grimmjow and Esfracion, when they appear in Karakura town, you can see obviously the way it opens up, it's like the mouth of a hollow. There you go. More circular imagery. I don't know what this whale exactly references. Again, more of two people, so Orihime and Ulquiorra, again trying to connect to each other. Appears to be a wall between them. Okay, this is in reference to Zenban Kageyoshi, which is incredible. So this is the tower, which just reminds me of the tower that Ichigo was, rushing up towards in order to challenge Ulquiorra in their final battle. So this eye opening up is in reference to Aizen's third eye opening during the Fit Karakura Town arc. Got the figure looking up at this whale. I don't know, reminds me of Death Stranding, if any of you have played that game. There's so much imagery within the Bleach anime and of course the manga of this narrow beam of light opening up and shining onto, the dark areas of Hueco, especially in areas where our characters are stood. So of course you've got blatant imagery of Ulquiorra's hollow hole there, and then these abstract shapes appear and they obviously form a hand which is reaching out to this hollow hole, and then of course it disappears. That hand is obviously in reference to, I think, Orihime's hand. Again, two hands reaching back out. I think those two hands are probably Ulquiorra's, as he's in desperation of needing a heart. I was so impressed with this music video. That's why I wanted to quickly react to it. There's so much excellent imagery going on, with how the white and the black is contrasted and how the shapes that are forming are completely, parallel mirror images of each other, as if to show, the light and the dark seeping into the white or the white seeping into the black. So you've got here the contrasting imagery. So you've got the white with the black hand appearing, reaching out. So that's obviously, I believe, in reference to Ulquiorra reaching out to Orihime's heart, and in this bit you've got Orihime obviously reaching out to Ulquiorra's darkness and filling it up with a light. That's clearly Orihime waiting in Hueco for her friends to arrive and rescue her. So I'm not too sure about how the whale plays into all of this, but if any of you have any ideas, then leave them in the comments. So again, this is, excellent imagery. Orihime, of course, waiting in Hueco again. This entire imagery is so reminiscent of Hueco, the dark tones, the barren wasteland that it is. Hands reaching out. I always thought that these were, similar to the hands of the Soul King. I'm sure that's in reference to something with the flower growing out of the palm of the hand, but I can't think of anything at the moment. This shape that forms here appears very similar to Tozen's Resurrection, the entire shape and the two big beady eyes. So initially I did believe this figure that's running towards Las Noches to be Ichigo. After seeing the entirety of this video and trying to properly understand it, it does appear to be Ulquiorra running towards Las Noches. Not obviously Ulquiorra, but what appears to be his feelings of loneliness as he wants to, feel that connection with Orihime. So the two characters obviously running towards each other, reaching out, forming that connection, very reminiscent of the Bleach storyline, the heart. Just as Ulquiorra was starting to understand how humans interpret the concept of the heart, it begins to fade away. Orihime reaches out and sees Ulquiorra. Obviously, before grasping, he disintegrates. So the connection is formed. And this is exactly what Kitani was speaking about. For Kitani, he says that the work of Bleach had taught him about the heart, and he had reinterpreted this concept or this idea of how Bleach presents the heart into the title for his music video, Rapport, as when you want to get to know someone, you build rapport with them. And this entire video is obviously two individuals forming a connection with each other, exactly like what was done within the manga. It's just an amazing, very impressive video. I think it's a really good homage to the 20th anniversary of Bleach. And you had another Garganta opening up there. Still don't know what this, big whale represents. But in reference to how the heart was conveyed to us within the manga, then you could easily say that this individual is Ulquiorra. So Ichigo or Ulquiorra, but I'm probably now, after seeing the entirety of this video, reading Kitani's words, going to reference this character as Ulquiorra and this individual as Orihime. The references to Bleach are very subtle, but you know, they are clearly there. You know, I really enjoyed this music video. That's why I wanted to really rush on and react to it as soon as possible. I even made a Twitter thread as soon as I had watched the video, trying to bring up all of the references that I had noted. So you've got the Garganta, Las Noches. So you've got the tower there where Ichigo was rushing up towards to challenge Ulquiorra. You've got the reference to Aizen's third eye. You obviously got reference to Orihime's hand reaching out, then Ulquiorra's hollow hole. A lot of imagery of Orihime waiting around in Las Noches. There you go. Initially, I did interpret these two as Ichigo and Orihime, but it could be Ulquiorra and Orihime. And then Tozen's Resurrection. Ichigo, black figure running towards Las Noches. Also could be Ulquiorra as well. And then when two hearts beat as one, the two hands reaching out to each other, forming that connection. How Ulquiorra can see Orihime through his hand. How Orihime can see Ulquiorra through her hand. As that connection forms between the two of them. Again, the heart once again. Aizen's throne, there you go. And yeah, then you've got several imagery in reference to the Hokyoku. And there you go, there's some more instances I spoke about. These instances where I think the black figure is either Ichigo and somewhere he appears to be Ulquiorra. And again, lastly, there's loads of imagery resembling Ulquiorra and Orihime reaching out to each other. What more can I say? This music video is really impressive. So there's a lot of Bleach fans pouring out their respect for this music video. You know, it's great to have the full song finally released. We've been listening to it since August, you know, for all of the Bleach art exhibition promotion material. And it's obvious Tatsuya Kitani has cemented himself as, you know, a huge Bleach fan with this release. So again, this was the first, you know, promotional video that was released for the Bleach art exhibition, and it featured the instrumental to Kitani's song, all of these various manga panels, you know, stylistically presented to us, perfectly complementing Kubo's, you know, excellent artwork. You know, I can't believe it, the 20th anniversary of Bleach. We have the anime coming back next year. We've got an awesome art exhibition taking place at the end of this year. So the entirety of Kitani's video was centered around, you know, this particular story beat, which was the storyline between Orihime and Ulquiorra. But there's so many other story beats. You know, you've got, you know, the betrayal of former student and subordinate Shinji and Aizen. You've got the passing of the title of Kenpachi from Unohana to Kenpachi. You've got the relationship between Gin and Rangiku. And then obviously Orihime's feelings for Ichigo. And there you go, how can I forget, the blade is me. So yeah, that's the first promo. There's lots of key visual material. I don't think a lot of attention is being paid to this art exhibition, but I definitely think we're going to learn a lot of news about the Bleach anime from this art exhibition. So yeah, a lot of people are excited for the art exhibition. It's taking place on the 18th of December, which just so happens to be the date that Jump Festa 2022 is taking place. And you know, if you didn't already know, then the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc anime is going to be revealed there. We're probably going to be getting a key visual and maybe possibly a trailer for the anime. So look forward to December 18th, mark it on your calendars. There's a lot of big things happening for Bleach at the moment. You know, there's no better time to be a fan than now. I'll try and do a reaction video or run a live stream for the Jump Festa event. But yeah, excellent music video by Tatsuya Kitani. I want to know your thoughts. Was there anything that I missed in this video with all of the Bleach references that were incorporated into there? What are your feelings about the 1000 Year Blood War arc being revealed at Jump Festa? So yeah, that was my reaction to Tatsuya Kitani's song Rapport. I look forward to seeing you all in another Bleach update video, and if you want to be up to date on all of the latest Bleach news and goings on, then definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notifications. And of course, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, then please consider supporting my channel on Patreon. I have multiple tiers with rewards including access to an exclusive Discord server, video scripts, as well as being the first to know about unreleased upcoming videos. Thank you for your time, and whatever you choose to contribute I will appreciate, and it will mean a lot to me.